Hi guys, this is part 2 on the series on HCF and LCM. In part 1, I discussed some simple concepts which were Euclid's division lemma and how to find HCF and LCM using factorization. If you guys haven't checked it out already, please go back and watch the part 1. This is a continuation. In this one, I just wanted to check what the relationship between HCF and LCM of two numbers was. And we'll also look at two more things. One is LCM by a method known as upside down division. I have covered this in part 1 also, but I had not mentioned the name. So we'll just go into some more detail on that one in this part. And lastly, I wanted to do HCF and LCM of three numbers. Slightly more elaborate, but the procedures are the same. So let's get started with the relationship between HCF and LCM. So if we have two numbers, A and B, the relationship between HCF and LCM is HCF of A comma B times LCM of A comma B is nothing but the product of A and B. So let's do an example and try and understand how we get this result and how we can use it. So example, let's say we do 18 and 84. So first, let's do the HCF by factorization. 18, let's list out the factors for 18. We can use this method, which is actually called upside down division. So I had done this in part 1 also. I had forgotten to mention the name and I thought I'll reintroduce that here. So it's a very easy concept. 2, 9. So 9 is an odd number, so we cannot divide it by 2. And the next prime number is therefore 3. 3 works here. So 3, 1. So the factors we can list it out as 2 times 3 times 3. Let's do the same for 84. 2, 42. Still an even number. So let's do 2 again. 21. So let's go to the next prime number. 3, 7. 7 gives us 1. So these are the factors for 84, prime factors. Let's list them out right now. So 2 times 2 times 3 times 7. So as we know, HCF is all the common factors multiplied together. So let's choose a different color to point out. So in this one we have 2's common. So we have 1, 2, and we have a 3 common. So 3. So 2 times 3 is 6. Now, according to this formula right here, HCF times LCM should give us the product of the two numbers, which is 18 times 84. So we know HCF is 6 times LCM is 18 times 84. I will not multiply this out just for the ease of simplifying it. So LCM is nothing but 18 times 84 divided by 6. So 1 time 3. So 3 times 84 gives us 4 times 3 is 2. 3 times 8 is 24 plus, so 252, right? So 252 is the LCM. So that's all, but we have to remember that this technique works only for two numbers. So if you have more than two numbers, do not attempt this method. You will get wrong results. So this works only for two numbers. Yes. So let's see the second point that I wanted to cover today. Was LCM by upside down division. This is one of my favorites because it's really simple to do. Let's say we want to do LCM of 54 and 81. We write this down in this fashion, 54 and 81, just like the previous problem that we solved. So let's start with the lowest factor that we can possibly think of. It should be prime factors again. So since this is an even number, let's start with 2. It doesn't matter if all the numbers are not divisible by this prime factor. At least one of them should be. So let's always start off with the lowest prime factor, and in this case it is 2 since we have an even number. So 54 divided by 2 gives us 27, and since 81 is not divisible by 2, we just write down 81 as 81. That's all. And in the next step, we see that 27 and 81 are both odd numbers. So the factor 2 will not work here. So let's go to the next one, 3. Yes, 27 and 81 are divisible by 3. So we have 9, and 81 divided by 3 is 27. Again, we divided by 3. Both of them are divisible by 3. So 9 divided by 3 is 3. 27 divided by 3 is 9. We can do 3 again. 1 and 3. And we have 3 here. So let's do 3 again. So 1, you can just write down 1 as 1. You don't have to worry about it. Since it's already factored out completely, we just retain it. And 3 is 1. So till you get 1 comma 1, you carry on with this method. And right now the LCM is nothing but the product of all these numbers, which is nothing but LCM is 2 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. You can write this as 2 times 3 raised to 4 because 3 is repeated 4 times. Just for convenience sake, you can write it in this form. So 2 times 3 raised to 4 is nothing but 2 times 81. 3 raised to 4 is 81, which is 162. That's all it is. It's pretty straightforward method. Just start off side by side and always remember to use the lowest possible factor. So in this case 2. Always start off with the lowest. Okay, so that was LCM by upside down division. We'll also see some more examples in the next part of this lecture. So here, let's do HCF and LCM of 3 numbers. Okay, so the third part I wanted to cover was HCF and LCM of 3 numbers. Let's use 184, 230, and 276. So the way we do HCF is, first we find HCF of 184 and 230, and then whatever the result here is, so HCF of that number here and 276. So let's say this is some number x. So we would do x and 276. Okay, so first off, let's do 184 and 230. We can do Euclid's division just to refresh our memory. So we start off with 184, we write it like this, and 230. So 184 one times, 184, 6, 12 minus 8 is 4, and 1 minus 1 is 0. So 46 is the remainder. We have a remainder, so we are not through. Let's again do 46 on the side here, and we have to use this. So 184, 46 becomes the divisor, and 184 is the dividend now. So I think 46 times 4 should give us 184. 4, that's right. 2, 4, 4. 4 times 4 is 16, 184. That's right. Okay, so 4 times gives 184. So we have HCF of 184 and 230 as 46, right? Because 46 was the last divisor, so that's what we have right now. And now we have to do HCF of 46 and 276. So the same method, let's do Euclid's division. 276. Looks like we can directly divide this, so let's do 46 times, let's see, 6, 6, 6, 3, 24, 27. Perfect. So 6 times is 276, which gives us 0, 0. So the HCF of 46 and 276 is 46. Therefore, the HCF of all three numbers now that we first started off with, 184, 230 and 276, is equal to 46. That's all there is to this. Now let's see LCM of three numbers using upside down division. So let's take example LCM of three numbers. So let's say we want to find out 30, 50 and 75. Some of you might already know what the LCM is because I've just taken really simple numbers here. So let's do upside down division for three numbers. The method really is the same, it doesn't change much, but it's just good practice. Since we have two even numbers, we can start off with 2, the lowest prime number. So we have 15 here, 25, 75. Notice now we have no more even numbers, so there's no point in going for 2 again. Let's do the next highest prime number, which would be 3, So 3 divides 15 and 75. So 15 by 3 is 5. 25 you cannot really divide by 3. So we write down 25 as is, which is 25. And 75 divided by 3 is 25. Now we can go for 5 because that would be the logical thing to do, since these numbers here are not divisible by 3. So 5 by 5 is 1, 25 by 5 is 5, and again 25 by 5 is 5. Let's do one more step with 5. 1, 1, and 1. So now since we have 1, 1, 1, we can just list out the factors as the LCM. LCM is therefore 2 times 3 times 5 times 5, which is written as 2 times 3 times 5 raised to 2, or 5 squared. Now that's 2 times 3 times 25, which is nothing but 2 times 3 is 6. 6 times 25 is 150. So the LCM of 30, 50, and 75 is 150. So I hope I was clear and I was not too fast in the lesson. Let me know what you guys think and subscribe to this channel for more math lessons. In the coming few weeks, I'll be uploading more parts to this and I'll move on to different lessons. Thank you so much.